Every now and then, when I strike a conversation with a stranger, and the question of how many children I have is asked, I always respond with, I'm a father of 2. A daughter who can light up a whole room with her smile, and a courageous little boy in heaven. When I was asked to speak at this event, I was honored to do so. I get to share with you all the story of a very special boy. The day I found out I was going to be a father to a baby boy, I was excited. Excited because my family was growing, and despite how hectic and busy life can get, I was looking forward to making memories and being the best dad I could to our new addition. Excited because my daughter was so anxious to meet her little brother. Along with all the joy also came the fear of what if. What if we go through a miscarriage like our first and second pregnancies? What if this turns out to be like our third, a full-term, high-risk pregnancy with bi-weekly doctor visits, emergency cerclage, and 5 months of bed rest? What if it turns out to be like our fourth, an ectopic pregnancy, which will require the removal of my wife's remaining fallopian tube? Yet, the love of our boy kept us hopeful. Ryan was a joyful presence even before his birth. He made us proud at every doctor visit. He met every milestone, his heartbeat fast and strong. Ryan Nicholas Zarilla was born on March 3rd, 2021 at 1:23 p.m. His arrival into this world was most graceful. Ryan immediately filled the room with love and laughter. Steph and I were instantly in love. At only 7 pounds, 9 ounces, Ryan was against the ropes, fighting for his life. Ryan was unable to breathe on his own and immediately taken from his mother's arms to be rushed to the NICU. My immediate thought was, what the heck is going on? In the passing days, we got to spend time with Ryan and got to know him a little bit more each day. He enjoyed story time, and although I do believe he preferred his mom to do the reading, we took many selfies and shared them with the world. Ryan did not like the light in the room to be too bright, or the bottom of his feet tickled. But he sure enjoyed a nice outfit. Even the nurses could not get enough of him. He was too confident and good looking. After extensive testing, we also learned that Ryan was very sick. Additional analysis determined that my wife and I share a very rare, yet fatal, metabolic genetic gene known as PEX5, which very likely caused Ryan to be born with many medical complications. Respiratory issues, congenital glaucoma, seizures, additional folds in the frontal lobe, low muscle tone, enlarged heart and liver. One night, I stepped away from the NICU to answer a call from my mother. As I shared Ryan's medical updates, the weight of it all came crashing down. I felt like glass hitting the floor, breaking into a million pieces as I wept and questioned it all. Why us? Why Ryan? That same night, I sat in the visitor's room alone. I recognized that fear, anger, and resentment had occupied my mind. But the difference that night was that I became aware of it. And I whispered to myself, I will no longer fear what I cannot control. I will no longer be angry at the circumstances in front of me. I walked to the car, I sat in the driver's seat, I pulled the sun visor down, stared right at myself. This time I wasn't whispering. I shouted it out. The following week, Chrissy, who's here with us today, from the child team placed a notebook by Ryan's bed, with the intention being that anyone visiting or caring for Ryan can put in writing their thoughts and prayers. Throughout all hours of the day, people will come into the NICU room to see him and write beautiful, heartfelt messages in his journal for him and us. The more I read these journal entries to Ryan, the more I was inspired to draw what I was now accepting to be true and put on paper what I was scared to tell my boy. My dear Ryan, I wish I could change some of the harsh realities that have already happened in your life. I wish we lived in a world where scary things didn't happen to innocent children. I wish I can change all this and protect you from terrible things. The best I can do now is love you, my son. I love you so much. God made no mistake with Ryan. He has sent him on a mission, and with it, selected this family. He selected me to be his dad. He knew. As the doctors and nurses rushed in to intubate Ryan a second time, Steph and I looked at each other in tears, and without uttering a single word, we knew. We admired our Ryan's peaceful presence as the machine assisted with his breathing. Steph and I held each other all the way home, reaching for the same calmness and peace we saw in him. When we arrived at home, we parked the car in the driveway and we sat in it like we usually did during the difficult days. The car became our sanctuary. It was a place for us to be silent, pray, cry, and be there for each other. I thank my wife for always picking me up when I was down, and she thanked me for doing the same. We spoke about how blessed we were to have the support of so many through this unimaginable chapter of our lives. For that, we are thankful. At home was Kaylee living her best life, under the care of her grandparents and Steph's godmother. Family, friends, and colleagues dropped off groceries and hot meals. One night, 100 people from all over the world joined a Zoom call to pray for our Ryan. For that, we're thankful. In the NICU, right here at North Shore, Ryan's only home, we had a remarkable team of nurses and doctors. Chrissy, our child life specialist, and Maria, our social worker, provided unwavering support for 6 long weeks. There were a team of lifeguards. For that, we are thankful. On April 9th, my wife and I walked towards the NICU with a bag of individual thank you cards and a small custom pin for each of those lifeguards. Our final words of gratitude were to Orion. We thanked him for being our brave little boy and for choosing us to be his parents. That very day on April 9th, Ryan's life ended prematurely. In just 37 days, Ryan made me a better dad, a better man, and a better husband. He taught me what truly matters in this life: the power of love and gratitude, our faith, and the value of family and friends. There are events in our lives that create change we do not get to choose. The path to healing is about bravely creating change you do choose. I chose to be grateful. I chose to find meaning in all of this. I chose to always tell Ryan's story. This last photo is Steph and I, along with our family and friends, participating at the Northwell Health walk at Jones Beach last year. Our team was Lion Strong, in honor of our Ryan and those who cared for him. Thank you all for listening to our story. For all of you who have experienced loss, miscarriage, or struggles with pregnancies, my heart is with you all. Thank you.